Good morning, and welcome. I am Jadi with Tire Moms Go Digital on a journey towards financial freedom through digital marketing and also trying to help as many people as possible start their online business because the digital marketing industry is going to be worth billions by 2026 and trillions by 2030. So I would be more than happy to get you started to start getting a piece of that pie because the opportunity in the online space are endless if you obviously give it a try, if you have a strategy, right? If you put in the work, if you learn. Juanita, good morning. Today, we are going to talk all things niche. What is a niche? How to identify your niche, how to create content for your specific niche. Where yesterday we discussed what digital marketing was, the difference between digital MRR, PLR, affiliate marketing, MLM, because a lot of people confuse the two. So this week I just wanted to digital marketer. Sometimes we forget, right? So it is important to educate not only yourself, but educate those that are in the beginning stages of their journey so they don't struggle as much as we did when we started our journey. I know for a fact when I got started with my journey, it wasn't easy. I pulled my hair multiple times. It was just a lot of stressor, right? It was a lot of stressor. So I don't want you to go through that. And by educating yourself, that is how you're going to be able to surpass any challenges. But everything comes down to you taking the time to learn your product. Okay. So if you have any questions, right, please ask away. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes for people to join. Lee, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. So like I said, we are discussing how to master your niche, right? A lot of people confuse your niche with target audience and target audience with a niche. So I felt like it was important to talk about it, break it down. Good morning. Lorraine, buenos dias. Happy Wednesday. I feel like it was important to come talk about it, break it down, and also give examples for you to really, really understand it. I'm going to give you another example from personal experience, right? So I want financial freedom, right? I want to teach people how to seek and find, right, financial freedom. So I am in the make money online niche, right? So I can teach you all things side hustle. Wait, what happened? No idea what happened. Sorry. You can teach them, educate them on how to start digital marketing, what digital marketing is, MRR, the difference, right, with all of that, right? That's what you can teach in the make money online niche, right? So I also have a dog, right? So I can't be in the make money online niche, right? If I'm going to be talking about dog. So I also started an account for my dog, right? And now I am also in the pet niche, right? So all things pet related, right? And I like to hone it in, and I don't target every pet out there, right? That's where the target audience come into play, which we are going to break down tomorrow. We're just focusing on niche today. Right? Trixie, good morning. But the target audience, right? I will target other pet parents with Portuguese water dogs. Okay. Senior tax analyst, good morning. Right? So that is the difference, right? So one is your expertise and the other one, did you just restart? No, I didn't restart. I just jumped on. Trixie Jolie. Good morning. Jadi, today I will be on and off. No worries, Lorraine. No need to explain. No worries. I will. Thank you so much for my heart meet. I will be adding. Thank you, ladies, for my heart meet. This for my live. You are going live? Lorraine, you're going to go back live? Yes. Am I understanding for the live or on and off? Like on and off? Okay, never mind. Okay, you're going to be on and off. No, okay. I get it. No. Okay, I get it. I get it. I read that wrong. That's weird. It showed that your live ended. Maybe that was from yesterday, Trixie. Maybe that was from yesterday. I understand. No, no worries. No worries. I completely understand. Completely understand. So, like I was saying, right? So, we are going to dive in everything niche. What a niche is in this live, right? Why niching down matters, right? What happens when you don't niche down, right? I'm gonna go over how to find the right niche for you, right? And I feel like a lot of us, right, because we are trying to make money online, right? Find that freedom. Cat, good morning. We probably, most of us are in the make money online niche, but some of us, we don't want to focus on that, right? Like, Lorraine focuses on mental health, right? So it could be that background is so cute. Thank you. I try to keep it simple but very cutesy, right? Thank you. So maybe her point is not right, to make money online, but really to like encourage those that are struggling with mindset, right? With mental health issues, right? So that would be like a different niche, right? So it's just like understanding your niche, right? So once you understand what niche you want to be in, then that's where the target audience comes into play, which we are going to be discussing tomorrow, right? Like I said, I am bringing it so back to the basics, right? For you guys to understand and build a solid foundation, especially if you're new, right? For your audience. Because remember, what I am teaching you are tools, right? I'm teaching you information that you can teach your audience, right? Because when we serve them, we become that authority figure, and that is exactly what we want. Okay, so let me just take a sip of my coffee and I'm gonna get it started. This is so needed, and that's why I wanted to do it. That's why I wanted to do it, because I can sit here and talk about digital marketing and talk about, financial freedom and talk about my story and talk about how good the course is, but beginners that are starting to kind of like see other people make money online, right? And their For You page, right? They probably don't have the education of what the basics are, right? Of understanding what digital marketing is, right? Of understanding what master resale rights is, the difference between MRR, PLR, affiliate marketing, MLM, which are all intertwined and get confused, right? So I feel like it's necessary that maybe every other month, if you go live, you bring it back to the basics and explain what digital marketing is, what a niche is, what a target audience is, how to create content for your specific target audience, because it is vital. It is very important. Okay. And like I said, I don't know for you guys, I don't know for you ladies, but I know that for me, it was just like, I obviously was overcomplicating everything. I'm just going to have to say it. It is the reality. But took me for the longest time to identify, to understand what a niche was and understand who my target audience is. Like a really long time. Okay. And I was one of those people also that would confuse niche with target audience. This is a good idea to begin. There you go, Trixie. Right? That could be the motivation to get you to go live, period. Okay. Like I had no idea. But again, bringing it back to basics. Ask any questions, anything that doesn't make sense, right? After every part, I am going to pause and see if you guys have any questions, right? I'm sure I'm probably going to have to repeat myself because there's only 3 of you. And I know a lot of people, wanted this information, but we're going to get started. I don't want to hold it back anymore. So yes. So let's recap what we went over yesterday. And all I need you to do is please do me the solid favor of tapping that screen and showing your girl some love. Okay. Okay. So welcome back, right, to this digital marketing series, going back to the basics. Yesterday, we talked about everything digital marketing, listening while getting ready, period. bit, right? How MRR works, right? Why affiliate marketing is rising, and how this space can literally change your life if you stay locked in. Okay, but today we're diving into something that either unlocks your growth or keeps you stuck. Okay, your niche. This is where 90% of digital marketers get stuck. Okay, and I had to go get that data because I wanted to speak with factual facts here. Okay, because they try to talk to everyone. Today we are going to fix that. Okay, so let's start with explaining what is a niche, right? In digital marketing, a niche refers to a specific and narrow segment of a larger market that shares unique characteristics and needs. Instead of trying to appeal to everyone, niche marketing focuses on attracting and serving a highly target audience with specialized interests or behaviors. Okay, this approach allows businesses to tailor their messaging, right, products and services to better resonate with their target audience, their perfect persona, right, which we are discussing tomorrow. So let's go over a little bit more in detail and break it down, right? So let's go with specificity. A niche is categorized, right, by its highly target audience, which may be based on demographics, psychographics, interests, or behaviors, right? Then we have less competition. Unlike a broad general market, right, niche markets often have less direct competition, which can make it easier to gain traction and establish a strong presence. Okay, we have target marketing, right? Niche marketing allows businesses to focus their efforts on reaching the right audience when tailored messaging, making their marketing campaigns, right, and messaging and the way they portray themselves more effective and efficient. Elida, blissfully marketing, good morning, right? And then we have enhanced customer experience, right? So by understanding the specific needs and preferences of their niche audience, right, businesses can provide a more personalized and relevant experience, potentially leading to higher customer satisfaction and loyalty. Remember, it all comes down to serving. Okay, so now let's go over a basic but powerful niche formula, right? A niche is a specific audience plus a specific problem plus your unique way of helping them solve it. Okay, so the simple formula, you need to ask yourselves these questions. Who are you helping, right? Your persona. What problem are you solving, right? What are their pain points? What are their desires? And how are you helping them? How are you planning on helping them, right? Remember that you need to position yourself as the solution to their the solution to their problem, right? So let's just say that you are in the make money online niche, right? Your target audience is a working mom, right? You are going to create content that emphasizes the pain that a working mom faces every day, and then you want to paint the picture, right? Make them relate to you as to how that your course that teaches, digital marketing, right, that can potentially lead to financial freedom is the solution, right? And then you can start portraying the desires, right? If you want financial freedom, if you want more time with your kids, if you're done living paycheck to paycheck, that's how you are going to also kind of like portray that product, right, as the solution, right? Daisy, good morning. So I'm gonna give you a quick example, right? Helping of like this formula, helping burnt out moms find time freedom through digital marketing. Remember what I said, right? A specific niche, right? Specific audience plus a specific problems plus your unique way of helping them. So the example is helping burnt out moms find time freedom through digital marketing. Okay, so I need you to write, well, you don't have to write it down now, right? But you can always go back into it, because I will add this to my YouTube channel, and write that formula down. Ask yourself, right? Who is your specific audience, right? What is the specific problem that they're facing, and how are you going to help them, right? I'm trying to listen to you and work on my modules, but I'm so tired. If you're tired, it's fine. It's fine, Jolie. You can listen to this live another day. I'm going to be adding this to my YouTube channel. So if you want to go ahead and just like rest, and then when you're up, you can go ahead and look at the modules, right? Do that. I don't want you pushing yourself, right? Because I want you to be able to enjoy this, okay? So don't you worry. And can I just say that I absolutely love the profile picture, girl. You are looking flawless. Okay. So let's do a quick myth buster. We have to, right? So you don't need to be an expert to have a niche, right? You just need to be a few steps ahead and committed to serving, okay? So these are the questions you should be asking yourself, okay? What's something you've struggled with and overcame, okay? Who were you before you found digital marketing? That's where you're going to find the struggles right there, by writing down who you were and what position you were in before you started digital marketing, right? And who do you wish could hear your story right now? It could be your target audience. Maybe it could be an audience that you resonate with that is not your target audience. So let's just say that you're a working mom, but you really, really want to target stay-at-home moms, right? So you need to make sure you have that passion. I just say that stick with your audience, right? Stick with your audience, because you can speak on that pain, on your specific pain. Thank you, love. But progress waits for no one, period. I love that. Elida, good morning. I love that. Jolie, see, that's, what can I say? Wait. What can I say? What can I say? Wanda, good morning, period with a T at the end. Let me just raise this. I don't know why it sounds so low. Okay, so let's continue. Before I continue, does anybody have any questions about what I just went over, what a niche is? No questions? I can continue. Just let me know. I'm just going to wait 1 minute and see if anybody has anything to say, and then I can, get back into it. Josie, good morning. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, let's talk about why niching down matters. I'm going to really, really paint the picture for you, because this is something that I stress, right? Just like when I was on that mentorship call with the SWC students on Monday, right? I saw a lot of people all over the place when it came to target audience. Speaking to too many people, right? The same is for niche, right? The same goes for niche, right? So if you are a digital marketer, right, that is in the make money online niche, right? Why are you going to be creating videos of makeup or health and wellness, or what I mean? That's a whole different niche. If you wanna be in the beauty niche, then that you need to move to that side. But don't confuse the algorithm. You're only affecting your growth, right? And then you're gonna feel like it's not working because you're all over the place. Okay, and that's why I have to emphasize the importance, right, of understanding why. You need to understand what your niche is, okay? And like I said, a lot of us are in the make money online niche, right? Because we want that freedom and we want to make money. But if your expertise is health and wellness, right? You can still be a successful digital marketer in the health and wellness niche. Let me just close the door. I can't stand when my kids open my office door and they leave it open. 1 second, please hold. Thank you for my heart, me, Josie. Sit down. Ivy, sit down. So sorry about that, guys. Sorry. It's just because then I can hear all the noise from outside and it'll distract me. Anyways, let's get back into it, right? So if you have like a lot of expertise in health and wellness, like how to set up a really good workout and teach people how to work out to work on their biceps or their glutes or whatever it is, then you need to be in the health and wellness niche, right? But you can also sell your digital product there. Lily, good morning. You can sell your digital product there, right? Because you're going to learn how to like brand and market yourself, and you're going to learn how to create your very own low ticket digital products that you can resell. You can talk about just how this workout or this diet or this exercise, whatever it is. Are you guys following me here? That is where people mess up with, right? And then they're all over the place again, and then they feel like it's not working for them because they're not really sitting down to analyze the information. Chris, good morning. Okay, so why niching down matters. I'm gonna give you the benefits of why it matters, right? It builds trust faster with your audience. It makes content easier to create because you know, once you identify your niche, you already know what kind of content you should be creating, right? It attracts the actual right buyers, okay? Because your content is not going to be all over the place, right? It reduces you being overwhelmed. You're not just trying to talk to everyone, you're trying to speak to your target persona, right? You build trust faster, right? People instantly know you for something, right? Because you are going to be that authority figure for them, right? You sell without being salesy because your content speaks to their problems, right? To their desires. Melody, good morning. And that is the importance of why niching down matters. Let me give you an example for you guys to really like understand what I mean. Imagine trying to speak to moms, students, pet lovers, gym rats, all in the same spot, right? All in the same post, right? Who's really listening? Ask yourself that question. If you are going to create a reels, right, and it's going to be like let's just say like a 10-second reel, and you were talking to a mom, a pet lover, a student, maybe unemployed individuals, who is really going to listen to you? And do you really think that that post is going to get pushed out? No, because the algorithm is conflicted to, is this going to moms? Is this going to students? Is this going to pet lovers? To gym rats? Is this going to, you know what I mean? So that is the importance of understanding, right? And just going with it instead of being all over the place, right? Remember, if you're talking to everyone, you're actually talking to absolutely no one. Danielle, Carmen, good morning. Okay, so what happens? Let me pause there. Does anybody have any questions about niching down? No questions? I can continue. Okay. Naomi, good morning. Okay. What happens? Grace, good morning. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. What happens when you don't niche down? Okay, not niching down in digital marketing can lead to slower growth, difficulty in standing out, and challenges in creating effective marketing messages, right? A broader approach without a specific focus, right, can result in diluted messaging, less targeted marketing efforts, right, and struggles to resonate with a diverse audience. Okay, so let's go over into a more detailed look at the potential consequences, right, of not niching down. And remember what I always say, right? If you are a big creator and you're making consistently, take a spoon of honey, will do, love, right? Let's just say that you are at the phase where you are making 5 to 10K months, right? That's what you're making a month, right? That's when you really can start just like really speaking to more than one target audience. So let's just say that I am right now focused on working moms, but I am making 5 to 10K a month. I can just add the stay-at-home moms to that target audience to to target as well, because I'm already consistently earning money, right? So I already build that authority figure, and I am already making enough money that I can start branching out. But when you are a beginner, you can't do that. You can't do that, right? So you need to, again, hone in, right? So slower growth, right? When content and marketing efforts are not focused on a specific audience, it can be challenging to build a dedicated following or attract the right customers. Okay? A lack of clarity about your target audience can make it difficult for customer, right? For your potential customer to understand your value, proposition, and connect with your brand. They're not going to connect with your brand. And you already know the brand identity in this space, right? Brand awareness is very important, right? Because that's what's going to allow you, your branding is what's going to allow you to stand out, right? Stick out from all the other digital marketers out there, right? You're going to have difficulty standing out. Okay, so the internet is a crowded space. We all know it, right? But it's not saturated, right? And without a clear focus, it can be hard to differentiate yourself from the vast number, right, of other businesses and content creators. So a broad approach can make it difficult to develop a unique selling point, right, that resonates with your specific audience, right? And then it challenges in creating effective messaging, right? A lack of focus can lead to generic marketing messages that don't resonate with anyone specifically, right? And if you're talking, right, and your messaging is really not sticking, then you're wasting your time. Your messaging is not it, right? It can be difficult to tailor your content and marketing strategies to the unique needs and interests of a specific audience, okay? So let me give you other potential, right, consequences of not niching down. You're going to have a mixed clientele, right? You're going to be attracting a diverse range of customers that can make it challenging to understand their needs and tailor your offering accordingly, right? Analysis paralysis, trying to appeal to everyone can lead to lack of focus and difficulty in making decisions, because it's like you're going to be every day you're going to be conflicted in what kind of content you're going to be creating. If when you're all over the place, you're going to ask yourself, okay, am I targeting pet lovers today? Am I targeting working moms? Am I targeting educators, right? So what's going to happen? You're going to remain paralyzed because you're going to get overwhelmed, right? And we are not going to do that, right? And then scaling challenges. A broad approach can make it difficult to scale your business effectively, as you may not be able to clearly identify your ideal, right, customer. In contrast, niching down allows you, right? I'm going to tell you what niching down will help you with, right? It's going to speak directly to a specific audience. Drea, good morning. Pretty girl Zuri, good morning, right? So focusing on a specific niche, this leads to more effective marketing messages that resonates directly with your persona. So you won't be wasting your time, right? Because you understood the assignment, right, of niching down. So now you not only niching down, but you already know your specific persona. So you're going to go ahead and create a content specifically for them. Okay. So the messaging, they're going to relate to your message. They're going to be like, oh my God, I felt that. Oh my God, I've been through that. Right? So now you are relating yourself to them. So now they're going to start seeing themselves in your shoes, right? And they're going to start thinking, okay, if she went through the same exact thing that I went through and was able to do it, so can I. Right? And it's going to allow you to build a strong brand identity, right? Focusing on a niche helps you establish a clear brand identity that resonates with your target audience. Okay? It's going to allow you to differentiate yourself from your competition. By focusing on a specific niche, you can stand out from the crowd and attract the right customers. You know how you guys resonated with me one way or the other. together. It could have been the way that I served you. It could have been the way that I positioned myself. It could have been maybe I told a story, a personal story, and you resonated with me through that. It could be that I went live and I educated you on something that you were completely lost. So you need to understand right there, I am positioning myself, right? I am positioning myself. So that is exactly what you want to do with your audience, with your community when you start building it. Okay. And then the best part, right, is going to allow you to attract loyal customers. By understanding and addressing the specific needs of your niche, you can build a loyal customer base. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. When you build when you build that like trust factor with your audience, right? Let's just say that you have 4 products in your stand store, in your beacons, whatever. I'm gonna use Jolie as an example. Jolie invested in SWC 2.0, right? She's a beginner. She learned all the modules. She went through it, right? Now she wants to have a different product in her store. Guess what she's going to do? She's not going to go look for another product from another person. She's going to come ask me, okay, Jadi, I have SWC. I am ready to add another product to my store, something that's different. What do you recommend? She's going to come to me because I already built that trust with her, right? So I get it that, it's gonna feel like, that I'm taking all you're giving me all your money, but that's not what it is. Is that I took the time, right, to build that trust with you. So every single time you're going to come back to me. Okay, that is the kind of customer loyalty you are supposed to build. Jolie, listen. Guys, you think I'm playing around? 97% of my sales have come from me going live. Okay, 97% of my sales have come from me going live, and the other 3 are customers going back for something else. Okay, I love when you use me as an example. Keep it up. Thank you so much, right? Thank you, Chris, for my heart puffs. I just have to be very honest with you guys here. Okay, I have to be honest. I need to be real, right? Because what is it that we're doing here? Okay. Once you build that solid foundation, they're going to come back. There have been people, right, that I have been able to serve. Thank you so much for my heart pop, Josie. There have been people that I have been able to serve. Thank you for the follow, that haven't bought anything from me, and when they need something, right, and I don't have it, right, but at least the point that they went and asked me if I have the product for them to purchase through me because I help them one way or the other is powerful, guys. I'll be like, I am sorry, I don't have that product. You know what I mean? I don't try to bamboozle them into getting something else. I'm honest, right? If they're looking for that product, it's for a reason. All right. And I'll be honest, I don't have it. Is there any other way that I can assist you? Okay, that is the brand. By you having a strong, solid brand identity will help you get there. But it's going to allow you to build a loyal customer base, period. Okay, now I'm going to pause there and see if anybody has any questions on, the consequences of not niching down and how niching down can help you in your business. So I'll pause, take a sip of my coffee in the meantime. No questions? Okay, I will continue. You guys are quiet today. Let's be serious here. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, how to find the right niche for you. Okay. I need you to use the self-discovery framework, okay? And maybe I'm giving you a framework and I'm giving you information if you, for Chris already knows this information, right? Because Chris has been in this space as long as I have been in this space, right? But remember, we're taking it back to the basics for those of you that are beginners and are getting ready to start your journey, right? I appreciate all the teaching you give us. Thank you so much, Josie. Thank you. Pamela, good morning. You know what I mean? So because we're bringing back to the basics, right? We are going to learn, hey, maybe Chris is going to learn something here that she didn't learn the first time around that she was taking her course. You know what I mean? My problem with niching is that I don't know anyone in my niche to pair with. I need you to give me more information on that. I need you to give me more information because I'm not really understanding. So my problem with niching down is I don't know anyone in my niche to pair with. I need you to elaborate a little bit more so that I can answer that question. So Jolie, Chris is Pixel Profit Hub, but it's always good to refresh. I agree with you. Me. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for Cupcake to respond to my question so that I can, before I continue, right? So that I can answer her. So I want to work with authors. It's hard to find authors that can afford my services. Okay. Oh, okay, Cupcake. What is your name? Cupcake, like what kind of cupcake? Just kidding. Okay, so never underprice your value. Okay, never do that, right? There is somebody, your messaging is not strong enough that you have found somebody, right, that is willing to pay for your offer, right? If you can find authors, right, that can afford your services, that means that you need to be a little stronger with your messaging and also the way that you are positioning yourself. Another thing that I do have to say, are you providing value? So my last name is got it, Laura. Nice to meet you, Laura. Got it. Okay, I love that too. So again, right? I don't want you lowering your prices on something that you work so hard to, right? You just need to continue to position yourself as that authority. You're in the perfect page, period. Yes, you are. So you're going to do that, right? I need to understand what kind of value are you providing? When you come out here, Laura, and you serve your audience, what information are you giving them? Because remember, it's in order for them to want to pay for your services, you need to give them enough valuable information for them to trust you and say, if this is what she gave me for free, I can't even imagine what she's going to give me for paid. Does that make sense? So again, if nobody is buying, right, go back to the drawing board and look at your messaging and how are you positioning yourself. Okay, and provide that free information, educate them, serve them, right? So that you can start really building that like trust factor. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, exactly. Let me know if that makes sense or if you need me to kind of like simplify it for you. It's awesome. Ladies, off topic, my company laid off 300 employees yesterday. I will be on my A game. Listen, I say this all the time, guys. We are replaceable in a heartbeat. As much as I love my job, like I really love what I do for my full-time job, I know my position is not guaranteed, especially with how AI is taking over. Like, I kid you not. So you having a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay, I can continue to the entire alphabet. It is vital, right? I told you guys, this year, 2025 is a year that we are going to find as many ways possible to monetize online, right? Because everything is so digital now that we won't be affected, guys. We won't. Okay. One of my mentees created an entire course using NewbieBot yesterday. Like, she created her own course using NewbieBot. Okay. So listen, we need to be leveraging AI, right, to help us with our business, whatever that might look like, right? And find avenues to just not stay stuck in reselling a course, right? When you're a beginner, that's fine. Don't try to do too much, but then start exploring other avenues, right? Okay, it does make sense. Awesome. Let's see. That breaks my heart too. It really does. Remember, I told you guys how last year during March, they laid off 700 people at my company. 700 people, and 10 of those people were in my product area, right? People that had been in the company for 10, 25 years. And I was like, what? Like, that's insane. And people that knew what the F they were doing. Okay. So again, it doesn't matter, right? How big or small you are, you can be impacted. We all need to make sure we have multiple streams. Yes, we are not safe. I agree. I agree 1000%. Chris said, I love AI. Yes, because we have to leverage AI. I cry for them. I also prayed. My company sending work offshore. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what? They're sending it offshore. Why? Because it's cheaper. So instead of charging somebody $20 offshore, right, is only they're probably paying them like $5, $4. You know what I mean? So we need to be ready, guys. We need to be ready. Agree. As much as I needed at work, I don't feel safe. No. Don't be too comfortable. Don't be too comfortable. Like I said, I absolutely love my job, but listen, I am taking this business as serious as I can, because I know, you know what I mean? This is what's going to take me out of my 9 to 5 period. Okay. So let's continue if nobody has any more questions. Most of these people are close to retire, and that's what sucks. The fact that they were so close and they didn't get there. Okay. That is definitely heartbreaking. Please be sure to continue tapping that screen, right? So how to find the right niche for you. We're going to use the self-discovery framework. Find, F-I-N-D, right? So F, figure out what lights you up, right? I, identify past struggles you've overcame, right? And notice what people ask you for help with, right? And D, define the transformation you can walk others through. Okay? So once you have that, identify other questions that you can ask yourself, right? To help you with that framework is, what problems have I overcame? What pain have you personally experienced? What kinds of people do you relate to best? What am I passionate about? What do people often ask help with, right? What can I talk about for 30 minutes with no notes, right? What kind of content are you drawn to? Okay? What kind of lifestyle do you want, right? Those are all questions that you need to ask yourself to be able, right, to use that self-discovery framework, right? So that you can identify how you're going to position yourself in front of your target audience once you have your niche identified. Okay, so reminder, right? Don't chase a trendy niche. Okay, you need to chase a sustainable one you can commit to. Sorry, can you relist the find? I missed N and D. I wasn't. No worries, Chrissy. I got you. Okay, so F, figure out what lights you up, right? I, identify past struggles you've overcome. N, notice what people ask you for help with. Okay? I'm going to give you an example for this, Chrissy, right? So a lot of people used to ask me about all the TikTok strategies, right? So I took all the expertise on TikTok that I knew and I created a mini course. Okay, that's what I mean with notice what people ask you the most, right? And then run with it, right? And then D, define the transformation you can walk others through. Roxanne, good morning. It feels good to. Good morning, love. Let me know if you got that, Chrissy. If not, I can go back to it. I got you. I'm doing good. I went and got my coffee. So best way to start the day with my coffee. And now I am here delivering to you guys, as I should, right? You are most welcome. And just know, guys, if you missed the beginning, don't worry. I am adding this to my YouTube channel. Yesterday, I forgot. So I didn't end up adding yesterday's live till like last night around 8. But it's there, okay? So, again, don't chase a trendy niche. Chase a sustainable one you can commit to, okay? Any questions? If not, I'll continue. Okay, let's talk about the evergreen niches and why they work. Okay, evergreen equals to always in demand because the need for those niches never goes away. So I'm not only going to bring you like the evergreen niches, right? But I am also going to provide you some examples under these niches. Okay, and of course, I am going to put number 1 as MMO, make money online, because that is my niche. Why it's evergreen? Make money online is evergreen because people will always want more money and time freedom. Okay, thank you so much for my heart me, right? So, Google data, right? Google search data, right? You can search how to make money online. Literally, guys, literally, this is data that I went and I searched because I like to provide factual information for you guys. Listen, Google search how to make money online is searched 300,000 times per month. Let me repeat that again. People search how to make money online 300,000 times per month on Google. So I'm just going to leave that right there. Okay, I'm just going to leave that right there. Okay, so if you thought that make money online was not an evergreen niche, then think again. Okay, so what kind of audience, like persona, target audience, will benefit from an MMO niche, right? 9-to-5 workers, stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home parents, working moms. Thank you so much for my heart me, right? Students, unemployed personas, retirees, moms. All of these people can benefit from the make money online niche. Let me pause so that I can... Ladies, make sure your business is registered on Google, period. Yes. Okay, just wanted to make sure it wasn't a question. Okay, so what are the pain points of the people in the make money online niche? Okay, they want more income, they want more time, and they want freedom. Okay, that is exactly what these personas, right? So that I just don't point out one, that is what these persona wants, right? By jumping in the make money online niche. Okay, and what are some content ideas that you would see these creators create for the make money online niche, right? 3 ways to make $100 online. My first sale as a beginner. Faceless versus face forward, which is better? These are all hooks that you can use in a video and then break it down in the caption and tell people and answer, right? My first sale as a beginner, right? So if you're gonna put my first sale as a beginner, you can probably record a video of you jumping. Gail, thank you for the follow. You can create a video of you jumping from excitement, right? And then your hook is going to be my first sale as a beginner. And then you're going to break it down in the captions how you are so excited. You're jumping from joy because you were able to generate your first sale online. So that means that this business works. And you're going to walk them through how you did it. You're gonna relate yourself to them, right? Because they're gonna be nosy. How did she make her first sale? So they're gonna go read your caption, right? So you need to point out the pain in there, right? You know, it took you probably 3, 5, 6 months. It doesn't matter, but you stayed the course. You kept pushing forward, and you were able to make your free. And it doesn't matter if it was a $5 product, a $17 product. The fact that you knew how to brand yourself to make that sale means you're doing something right. Period. Period. Point blank. Period. Okay. Okay. So let's just continue. Okay. So. Faceless versus forward, which is better? Which is better, right? You're literally conflicted, right? You can have a video of a laptop, right? And the hook can be faceless versus forward, which is better. And you're gonna drop it and go to the captions and break down which one is better. And you can tell people what they are supposed to do, but what you're gonna point out for them is the excuses that we don't want to hear. Oh, Dalisa, good morning. Right? So if you are somebody that is not afraid to be on camera, then you just answered your question face forward. Right? But no, one is not better than the other one. It's just that with faceless, you need to have a strong branding so that you don't look like every other faceless account out there. Okay. And if you are scared to put yourself out there, then faceless would be the better option for you. Is that simple? I'm never going to tell you go face forward. I'm never going to tell you go faceless. I always tell you to follow your heart and do what you feel most comfortable with. Okay. So that was for the make money online niche, right? So now let's go into health and wellness. Okay. Because health and wellness is evergreen because people always want to look and feel better. Okay. So what kind of audience would you find in the health and wellness niche? Busy women, new mom, fitness beginners, and gym people that are beginners going to the gym. Okay, so what are their pain points? They want to lose weight. They want to eat better. They want to feel good, right? They want to help with their self-esteem, whatever it is, right? So what are some content ideas that you would see from somebody in the health and wealth niche? How I prep me how I meal prep in 30 minutes, right? These ideas that I'm giving you are all hooks, right? Another one, 5 things I do every morning to beat burnout, right? Tiffany, good morning. Oh, I see the Dominican flag, period, right? At home workouts for beginners, right? Healthy snacks that taste like candy, no joke. Right? So then if you want to grab any of those hooks, then you want to like break it down in the caption. Guys, when you write a hook, I'm the queen of hooks, period. Okay, at least on IG, I am thriving with the hooks, let me tell you. Okay. Let me just like be a little conceited. Why not, right? Like I am so good at hooks that I created my very own 2 hook guide. But anyways, Modern Millionaire, thank you for the follow. But anyways, right? Your hook you do not want to repeat your hook in your caption. Your caption, right, should transition like nicely from the hook, right, to the caption. So if you're telling me, right, 5 things I do every morning to beat the burnout, you are going to go straight to pointing that out. I don't want to see 5 things I do every morning to beat the burnout in the captions. No, I want you going straight to the point and breaking it down. 1, you said 5, so start with 1, right? Maybe put the finger pointing down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. That is all I want to see. I see a lot of people use the hook in the captions. Why do I need to read it a second time if I just read it? If it stopped the scroll, you're gonna read it, but please don't repeat it. Okay. Gerald, good morning. Confident, more like it. You know what I mean? Blanca, good morning. You know what I mean? That is the importance, okay? Now, let's go to another evergreen niche, which is the relationships and self-love, right? This one has become very popular, like very, very popular in the past couple of years. Why is it evergreen, right? Because people are always going through breakups or growing. Okay, I have a mentee, right, that she just like disappeared from the face of the earth, right? Like I was like, where is she? Like her account, did you start with UBC? Did I start my journey with UBC, Trixie? Absolutely not. No. If I would have started my journey with UBC, I would have saved myself so many headaches. But when I started my journey, UBC wasn't even out. No, I started my journey with Learn and Earn Profits Online, which then changed to Lipo Max, and then 2-3 months into it, I then purchase a bundle, which was Roadmap and Pass a Profit Millionaire. Those were the courses that I started my journey with. UBC came along after and really, really painted the picture for me. Okay, so after UBC, I was no longer lost. Okay, that is something that I am very vocal about. Okay, so, right, relationship and self-love, right, this niche is evergreen because people are always going through breakups and growing. So what I was saying, right, is that my mentee just disappeared, right? Before she disappeared, she was just kind of like telling me that she went through a breakup and she was having a hard time, right? And she just came back, right, and with a brand new account, and she was like, this is so and so from Remember Me, and I knew right away who it was. And she was like, I was just working on myself. Like, I had to work on myself. And now, I see the bigger picture. Now I am ready and committed to make this work. See? So, like I said, relationship and self-love is like trending. Okay. So the audience, right, for this niche, women who are healing, growing, going through breakups, self-love, right, rebuilding yourself, or looking for a purpose in life. You have to love yourself before you can love anyone else or anything. I agree with you. I agree with you so much, Lorraine. And I'm glad that she was able to do that, right? And what are the pain points that these personas feel, right? They want self-love, right? They want self-worth. They want a confidence booster, or they want to find love again, right? Or they want to be like Lorraine said, right? They need to learn to love themselves and accept themselves, right? Before they can, love someone else, right? Because if not, they're always going to be broken. Okay, so what are some content ideas that you would see creators in the relationship and self-love create? Lovely and digital, good morning, right? You don't need closure to move on, right? Daily habits to build confidence after a heartbreak, right? Love yourself like she depended on it, because she does. Oh, that was it. That one right there is powerful. That one right there is powerful, right? And the last one, if you're in your soft girl healing era, watch this, right? If somebody is in their soft healing era, or is trying to heal from something and is scrolling on the For You page and sees that, they are going to stop and listen and read what is it that creator has to say, because they are trying to heal, okay? Now there's the parenting and mom life, right? Why it's evergreen. There are 85 plus million moms in the US alone. Hold on, it's asking me to verify. Let me see if I get it right. Oh, I got it right. Awesome. Okay. There are 85 plus million moms in the US alone, okay? So what kind of audience are in the parenting and mom life? Stay-at-home moms, working mom, single moms, divorced moms, any type of mom, they're gonna be in this audience, right? And what are their pain points, right? They're overwhelmed, they feel guilty, they're needing time, freedom, right? So that's why they jump into this. Mika, good morning, right? What content idea would we see someone in this niche create? Burnt out mom turn into a digital CEO, how I did it. And you're gonna break it down exactly how you did it, right? Mom hacks that save me 10 hours a week, right? If you're tired of surviving motherhood, this is for you, okay? I'm going to pause there and see if anybody has any questions or if this makes sense. Just pause for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to continue. If you guys have a question, just drop it in the comments, right? So, let's go into the beauty and skincare niche. Why it's evergreen, right? The beauty industry is worth over 500 billion globally. I'm listening. Thank you. You are most welcome. That's insane. This gonna be in your YouTube channel? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Odalisa, I will be. Right? The beauty industry is worth over 500 billion globally. Okay, what kind of audience would you see in the beauty and skincare industry? Women of all ages, like all ages, right? Acne prone teens and over 30 crowd, right? So, what are their pain points? They want clearer skin. They want affordable beauty products. They want a glow up confidence, anything along those lines, right? They want to find safe products that don't have a lot of chemicals in there. Those are all the things that you would find in the pain points, right? That these personas are having, right? So, what kind of content ideas would you see under this niche? The best $10 cleansers that beats high-end brands, right? My 3-step morning glow up routine, makeup tips for tired moms in 5 minutes, right? And 5 steps to glowy skin on a budget. Okay, now let's go into the last evergreen niche that I found, the spirituality, mindset, and manifestation. Okay, what kind of audience would you find in this niche? You're gonna find growth-minded women and healing women, right? Their pain points, they're stuck in survival, they want peace, and they want to be in alignment with themselves. What kind of content ideas would you see? How journaling saved my life. Energy doesn't lie. Protect yours. If you're manifesting a new season, this one's for you, right? Those are all examples you would see. Now, any questions before I go how to stand out in a saturated niche? If not, I can continue. Okay, so how to stand out in a saturated niche. Truth. Okay, you are most welcome, Roxanne. It's not the niche, right? It's not the niche. It's how you show up in it. Okay, the secret sauce, right? To standing out in a niche, right? Your story, your delivery, your energy, your experiences, your values, your authentic, unique voice. I'm going to give you some tips, right? You need to use storytelling, right? And storytelling, I don't just say I made $100. I want you to show how you felt making your first sale. How were you able to obtain that first $100 that you made? Right? You want to show behind the scenes, right? Real moments, right? Not just wins, right? Remember how I said that a lot of creators in this space are only showing the pretty, but not you. I don't want, if you guys are part of my community, that is like, you need to be real. You need to keep it real. You need to really point out, like, I get it that it's amazing to showcase like what you have been able to accomplish, but also be honest and authentic about how you got there. If you pulled your hair 10 times in a week, say I pulled my hair 10 times in a week, right? I love that, but I'm doing the space and I'm still I haven't made any sales but just one. And that is okay. That is okay, right? The point is that you stay the course, right? If you only made just one sale, gazebo cries. You know what I mean? If you just made one sale, that should already be proof enough for you that this business works if you stay the course. You know what the problem is? That a lot of us are so stuck in worrying about the money that we forget about everything else, guys. It is the reality. I'm going to say exactly how it is. We are so stuck in being focused on how much money we haven't made that we don't even show up with a purpose because we're too busy chasing the money. Stop chasing the money. Stop chasing the money. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Stop chasing the money and worry about how you are going to serve your audience. Okay, let's see. You know. Who knows? Maybe I will have a gazebo cry series. Taking my son to school. So glad I found you. Of course, Laura. Come join me tomorrow morning to discuss all things target audience. Thank you for joining. That made me cry this week. You know, and it's understandable. You're going through a lot, Lorraine. You just witnessed so many people get laid off from your company, right? So of course, right? Also, I get a lot of people who come in and then goes from 20 and drop all the way down to 1. Okay. Now, before I continue, I just need to touch up on that a little bit, right? that is another thing that you should not be worried about when you are a beginner at going live, right? You're not gonna have a lot of people stay in your live, and I'm gonna tell you why. They don't know who you are. They don't know why they need to be listening to you yet. Okay, Leslie, good morning. They don't know why I need you to be okay with that. And the fact that you have one person in your life is actually great, okay? Good morning, love. So I need you to continue serving, whether there is 1, 3, 20 people, 0 people. You must continue preaching, talking, educating, whatever, storytelling, whatever it is, you need to continue. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Thank you so much for my heart mate. A lot of people that are in this live right now, and if you are one of those people, I want you to raise your hand or I want you to drop an emoji. Okay, a lot of the people that are in my live watch me from the hallway before they started jumping on my live. Okay, I know that Lisa is one of them for a fact. Jolie is one of them for a fact, right? Without her dropping, I said her name while she dropped. You know what I mean? So Roxanne is another one, right? So you don't know this, right? Because they are in the hallway. You can't see the people that are in the hallway. So you must continue to talk, okay? And don't get discouraged because no one is in your live. When you don't take the going live serious, you're never going to build that audience. But if you're constantly going live, that community will eventually come. It took me about 6 months consistently of going live to start getting at least 5 people to stay on my live. Okay, did you just hear what I said? It took me, I think it was probably a little more than 6 months of me consistently going live before I had 5 solid people stay in my live and even engage with me. Like, these people would just listen and wouldn't even engage. And that's another thing that you need to be okay with, that people might not engage with you, and you need to be okay with that. Okay? If you know that you are showing up and you are educating, you are storytelling, you're talking about your product, be okay with that and continue. It will get better. And tell yourself it is going to get better. Today, I had 2. Tomorrow, I'm going to have 3. And tell yourself this. And if I don't, that is okay. Okay? Okay, so I listen while I drive. So sometimes I don't engage. I'm sure a lot of people do that. You see what I mean? Yeah, they're listening in the background. They're probably multitasking, doing something else. And that's fine, right? So again, you need to be consistent and relatable. Remember, consistency builds trust. Okay? And I'm going to tell you 3 other ways to help you stand out too. Right? So tell your story. I cannot stress your story has so much power, guys. Use it, right? Nobody can copy your personal experience. It could be that Leslie went through something very similar to what I did, but not exactly the exact same story or whatever the exact same thing I went through. Okay, so tell your story. Let's just say that Leslie got kicked out of her house at the age of 16 for getting pregnant just like me. Right? But what is the backstory behind it? Right? They might be different. So again, tell your story because nobody can copy your personal experience. Okay? Pick a point of view, right? Bold opinions attract loyal followers because they know you're going to keep it real no matter what. Maria, good morning. And that is very important, right? And then teach plus talk, right? You want to be the niche friend, not just the niche expert. Okay. So you see how I come out here and I educate you and I'm always asking you, does that make sense? Do you need for me to simplify it for you? Because sometimes you guys might see me as the expert, as the authority figure, right? But you guys feel like maybe asking a question, you're going to sound stupid. No, I also like to be funny and kind of like be very raw for you to feel comfortable enough to ask the questions, right? I was listening for 3 weeks until I heard something I personally related to thyroid cancer, right? So that you're like, okay, she's worth listening to. Good morning, love. See what I mean? So that is the power of storytelling and you being authentically. I see so many people out here just trying to resell a course. That is all they do. And Jari is my younger spirit animal. I love it. I love it, right? I see so many people out here that they go live, and the entire time they go live, they are just talking about why you need that product, right? Why you need that product with the screenshot of of the money that they made, okay? But they're not educating you with anything. They're just telling you need to start digital marketing if you want to make money like this. But they're not telling you how hard it is how hard it is going to be to make that money. They're not going to tell you how it might take you 10 hours to set up a storefront. They're not going to tell you how, you are not going to complete the course in a day. They're not going to tell you, right, how you have to find a lead magnet that resonates with your audience, how you have to set up an email campaign after you set up your freebie. They're not going to tell you any of that. They're only going to paint the pretty pictures for you. Okay, so don't fall for that trap. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Let me give you examples for actually, when I do my lives, I'm still new. I tell them the honest truth, and it's actually one of, I'll wait for, what are the modules in my course is called the honest. I'll wait for you to finish, Jenna. One of the, no worries. One of the modules in my course is called the honest truth. No, don't apologize. It's fine. And that's good. Leah, good morning. That is actually good. So I want you to have like an intro, right? When you start going live, right? And because you just said it yourself, right? You're a beginner at going live. You need to be telling your intro a couple of times throughout the live. Thank you for my TikTok. Thank you for my Gigi Lorraine, right? So how are you going to do that? I'm going to give you an example of my intro, right? And this is something that, because you have people in and out. This is something that I probably spend the entire live going over. Hey there, I'm Jari with Higher Mom School Digital on a journey towards financial freedom through digital marketing, but also here to help you start your journey. That is my intro. I don't know if you ladies notice, but if you jump on at the same time that I jump on, that is the only time you are going to hear me say that. Why? Because I already have a live audience, right? So I don't have to constantly be repeating myself, right? But when you are a beginner, you need to let people know who you are, what you do, and how you're going to help them. Okay, so that is important to have an intro, right? Of like the one that I just told you for your audience. Tanya, good morning. Very important, okay? Then another thing that is very important when you start going live, right, is that you want to tell your story. And I mean the story of where were you before you started digital marketing and why you decided to start digital marketing. Okay, you also want to talk about why you went with the course, with all the courses out there, why you went with the course that you went with, and what have you learned, right? Because these people are going to ask you, right? Remember what I say all the time, people are nosy. So they're going to ask, well, how much money have you made, right? And you obviously are going to say the honest truth, but I want you to say it with confidence. I haven't made any money yet, but it's just a matter of time. Okay, thank you for my popular, right? So that is exactly what you need to do. Any questions or do you want me to simplify that for you? So far, nobody talks to me, and that is fine. That is fine, right? So at first, thank you, Jolie, for my heart pause, right? At first, I would start with, how's the weather, or where are you tuning in from? And I would literally be talking to myself because people did not respond. On the third week of me going live consistently, like following a schedule, right? Thank you for my heart mean. Thank you, Jolie, for all my heart pops, right? That people would answer. Okay, thank you so much for allowing me to reach my goal, right? It took time for them to tell me where they were tuning in from, and they would even let me know, right? How the weather was. So there's show, right? The show must continue. The show must continue. Okay. Don't get discouraged, okay? It's just like, and then when people start engaging with you, it kind of like gets you excited and you want to continue going live, right? Because you're like, oh my God, they're engaging with me. Myra, good morning, right? So again, remember what I say all the time: mind your business, stay in your lane, and serve, right? And let the magic happen on its own. Okay. Now, let me give you examples for Make Money Online niche, right? Most people sound the same. Join this program, buy this course. You need this right now. You're going to make a shit ton of money. I'm going to start going live, period. Right? I don't want you to sound like the most people that are out here, right? Instead, I want you to teach, show your wins and struggles, and be relatable, okay? Titi, I don't get tired. I don't get tired listening. You're a great teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that, right? So instead of you portraying, Sandra, good morning, just a cutesy, right? I want you to be very honest and authentic. Teach, show your wins, but also showcase your struggles and be relatable. Again, guys, when you are relatable, you actually make it seem possible for them, okay? It is best to do the same time each day, or can it be different times? My schedule is so crazy. Okay, Leah. I'm going to be very, very honest with you on that. When you start going live, I actually want you to test out the times, right? So maybe 1 week I want you to try in the morning, right? Good morning, Ivy. Maybe 1 week I want you to try in the afternoon. Maybe 1 week I want you to try in the evening and see when was that you had the most traction, and then stick to that. I get it that sometimes because your schedule is crazy, it's nearly impossible, but I wouldn't tell you, like, as long as you're going live, right? If you're not going to schedule your lives, then don't use that strategy, because the audience that you're building are never going to know when you're going to be live. Okay? Unless you're letting them know. Okay? My audience know that I only go live in the morning between 7 to 7:30. The latest they're going to catch me live, because that is the only time that I am able to go live, right? Not only do I schedule my live sometimes ahead of time for them to sign up for it and get the notification, but they just know to look for me in the morning. Okay? Does that make sense? Let's see. Want to make sure your analytics, what time your followers are on. That too. Make sure you guys are leveraging your analytics as well. Patty, good morning. Yes. Perfect. And there are days, and I'm going to be very honest with you, there are days that I don't want to show up. Like today, right? My first meeting is at 8:30 in the morning. So I had to go live at 7 in the morning to make sure I got through all the notes that I had written for you guys, right? To be able to over deliver, right? So if I know, like, I look at my schedule, like this week I was able to schedule my lives for the entire week. Not only do I like to schedule my live, but it also keeps me accountable, right? To make sure I go live. Because there are days that I don't want to show up. I might wake up with a headache. I might be feeling lazy. I might be discouraged. But once I go live and you guys just encourage me and hype me up, it's like I forget about how I was feeling. Okay, but definitely test a strategy and go live when you know it's gonna work out for you, and stick to that plan, to that timing. I have to drop love and light to all on this live. Thank you so much, love. Thank you for stopping by. Right now, let's talk about winning in the Make Money Online niche content ideas. Right. Let's talk about, you're going to write a hook, you're going to create a video, and your hook is going to be how I made my first $17 online and why it felt better than 1K. And then you're going to drop it down in the comments, because guys, people are nosy, right? So they want to know how you made it happen, right? Now, another one could be what no one tells you about starting digital marketing. This one is so popular, right? This one is like a controversial one, right? Because there's a good 95% of creators out here are painting the picture that this is so easy, right? That those people that actually portray what is not, just like my Mind Your Business series that I did, right? People love that series. Let me tell you, people love that series because I was telling it exactly how it is. Okay, at least in this space, I was telling you exactly how it is, which a lot of people don't talk about enough or don't talk about at all. Okay, and then another one, if you've been stuck at zero, let's fix that. Right? That's another popular content idea in the Make Money Online niche. Okay, mindset reminder, guys, because I like to sprinkle the mindset in there. I just have to, right? Don't fear a crowded niche. Okay, it means there's demand, right? It means that there is a piece of the pie for you in there, right? Just don't blend in. Being bold, right? Being bold, saucy, and whatever it is sells. Okay, telling it how it is sells, right? It allows you to build that trust like factor as well. I know my target audience. What is the best way to reach them regarding engagement? Who is your target audience, Leah? First, start with that. First, start with who your target audience is. I love that because tomorrow we are discussing target audience. I need to know who is your target audience. Because if you want to reach your target audience, you need to define your content pillars first, right? So let's just say, for example, me. I am Ty. Good morning. I am in the Make Money Online niche, right? And my target audience are burnt out working moms, right? So when I want to target my persona, my target audience, I would create content that says, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you found me for a reason. If you're tired of missing out time with your kids, you found me for a reason. Keep watching. Whatever, those are targeted content for your persona. Thank you for my heart, me. Okay, let's see. How to catch you online. What times are you on? Modern Millionaire, I am on in the morning. And if you go into my profile, thank you, Ty, for my roses. If you go into my profile, my lives for tomorrow and Friday are already scheduled, so you can sign up for them. I believe tomorrow I am going to be on at 7:15 and Friday 7:30, but I always try to go live between 7 to 7:30 depending on how early my meeting of the day is for work. So Leah, working moms, homeschooling, nurses. Leah, that is 3 different target audience. That is 3 different target audience, babe. So if you are talking to working moms, homeschooling, and nurses, your messaging is not going to get through and you are going to be all over the place, okay? I do recommend, Leah, for you to come join me tomorrow live when I discuss target audience, right? Picking why is important for you to hone in on one specific persona and what kind of content you should be creating for your ideal persona, okay? Break it down, Jody. I don't want to give it away because tomorrow we're talking about target audience. I don't want to give it away, but I will break it down tomorrow. I promise. Especially, that I only have about 10 minutes left. So I want to make sure I finish off the niche breakdown, right? But tomorrow I will break it down. Is there any specific target audience that you guys want me to go over tomorrow so that I can write it down? And because I like to give examples, because I feel like when I give examples, that's when people really understand. So Leah, I'm going to give examples for working moms, homeschooling, nurses. So I'm going to screenshot that. Single moms. Jolie, good morning. Okay, we need one persona on YouTube too. Got it. I got you guys. I got you. So, let's continue. Let's continue, right? Like I said, tomorrow, I promise I will break it down for you to really understand who your persona, and I'm even gonna, over deliver and give you a ChatGPT prompt that helped me identify my persona, okay? So, scroll stopping content ideas in any niche that work for any niche, right? So these are hook templates that you can use, right? So nobody's talking about this but dot dot dot. I was telling the listeners that oh, got it. Thank you, Jolie. Right? So dot dot dot, and then you drop it in the captions, right? I wish someone told me this 2 years ago. What did you wish you knew 2 years ago, right? If you're and you would you insert your niche pain point in there. Watch this, like the example that I gave you. If you're a working mom tired of living paycheck to paycheck, watch this. You know what I mean? And content categories that thrive in any niche, right? Personal stories, day in the life, mistakes to avoid, myth versus truth, testimonials, and transformations, okay? Have you tried telling chat to create an image of your persona? It's wild. I'm gonna have to test that out. I'm gonna have to play with that, right? So I'm gonna give you an example for a mom niche, right? I cried after quitting my 9 to 5, but I chose my kids and I do it again, right? So you need to use storytelling, humor, bold takes, and relatable struggles, right? Have to run, love your lives, can't wait to watch, can't wait to catch again. Of course, have a wonderful day, Chrissy. Thank you. And final, right? Remember, this is a reminder, right? My audience, mom that want more money and working on her own terms, having more time for memories. Okay. Is it good? Wait a minute. What do you do, my audience, mom? That's too broad for me. Now, let me help you right there. What do you do for work, modern millionaire? What do you do for work? It sounds like you want a specific mom. You want to target a specific mom. But for me to be able to help you with that, what do you do for work? So you are definitely, your niche is in the make money online, because you want to teach a mom, right, how to make more money and how to work on their own terms, right, and having more time to build memories. So your niche is make money online. Now, your specific persona, right, wouldn't be every mom out there, at least at the beginning. Is that good? Now, promoting legacy 2.0. Okay. Do you work a 9 to 5? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Right? Just so that I can help you identify your specific persona, not just a general mom, if that makes sense. Okay. I'll let you drop it. If not, I'll just finish it off and I'll continue tomorrow. Nope. Entrepreneur. So you can target mompreneurs. Right? You can definitely target mompreneurs. Let me screenshot that because I need to make sure I add that to my list for tomorrow so that I can really break it down for you. Okay, I got you. So make sure you don't miss tomorrow's live, right? Where I can break down what kind of hooks you should be using to target your specific persona, right? And how to define it better, if that makes sense. Okay. You are most welcome, right? Remember, guys, you don't need a perfect niche, right? You just need a committed one, an evergreen one, right? You need to start messy, right? Learn on the way. You don't have to be the best in your niche, just the most consistent. Okay, just the most consistent. Always, Jolie, always. And I'm always dropping the gems, okay? So just to recap everything that we went over, right? We went over what a niche is, why it matters, how to find it, evergreen niches, right? And standing out and building authority in crowded spaces, right? So another reminder, right? You don't have to go viral to go valuable, right? You need clarity, confidence, and consistency. Okay, make sure, guys, like yesterday we spoke about it, make sure you guys are also working on your mindset, because things are going to get hard, right? Sometimes you're going to feel like you are in a niche that is saturated, but it's not, guys. Remember, I just gave you data. Right? That 300,000 people are searching how to make money online, right? So that means that the make money online niche is going to continue to thrive. You just need to build your brands, right? And start targeting marketing with a strategy. If you guys don't have a clear strategy, right, you guys are going to be throwing spaghettis at the wall, and that strategy is never going to work. Okay, it's never gonna work. Okay, let's see, it's never slowed since the beginning of the internet. Like, it's insane. It's never going to slow down, right? And now with, like I said, AI taking over, right, digital is going to continue growing. Jaro, I know you're gonna be proud of me for saying this, right? And I have to keep it real, right? As long as you have an ethical strategy, right, you are going to thrive. But you need to be honest. You need to be real with yourself and with your audience as well. You're only going to do yourself a favor, period, and build long-term relationships, okay, with your audience. So I'm just going to give you a sneak peek and tell you what I am going to deliver for tomorrow's live, right? Now that you found your niche, right? And I hope you have it cleared, right? We're going to dig deeper tomorrow into your target audience, right? Because your content can be perfect, but if you're talking to the wrong people, it's not going to land. Thank you so much for my heart me, right? It's not going to land. Okay, we'll talk about what is a target audience, how to identify your dream persona / target audience, and how to create content that speaks directly to them. We're also going to talk about what happens when you try to target too many personas at once, because I can give you all the good information, but if I don't give you the bad, I bet you any money you're going to go do the bad and not the good. Okay, I bet you any money that you're gonna go do what you're not supposed to be doing. What to avoid, right? When you are speaking to your target audience. Okay, before I go, does anybody have any questions for me? You market to everyone. You market to no one, period, Gerald, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good your messaging is. It doesn't matter how good your content is. It's absolute. This couldn't be any more accurate. When you're speaking to everyone, you actually speak to no one. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel like this is not for you. Thank you, Leslie, for my roses. You're going to feel like something is not working, but it's just that you are not honing in on your persona. Right? So I'm going to break it down for you. This week, we are going to the basics. Okay. And if you have been in the space for a while, maybe you can learn a refresher, like Chris said, or just learn something new that you didn't catch the first time around, period. Okay. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for joining. I believe I did have my live schedule. You are most welcome, Ty. I believe I do have my live schedule for 7:15 tomorrow. So if you want to learn all things target audience and you are struggling with identifying your target audience, I do recommend you come join me. Okay. Really appreciate it. What the great tactics give us. Awesome. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.